It didn't find no arrowheads, but we're gonna get to check out this old boy. Boy, you got flies all over you, Chief. You got flies all over you, and I can smell you from clear over here. What's going on there? Huh? You poor old buddy. You got flies all bothering you? That's kind of a cool looking guy, isn't it, with that hump on his back? At least I got to see something cool down here. Didn't find much again. Come on, buddy. You can come over and see me? Come on, buddy. I'd give you some bug spray if I had it. It looks like you're getting tortured. They should spray something on you, huh? You're just getting annihilated, aren't you? Them old flies are getting you. What are you doing, buddy? Huh? I'd help you out if I could. Huh? Better not be raising that leg up and charging me, or we're gonna have a problem. You're not real big. I see you there. Well, anyway, folks, I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna go up and eat me a pizza or something, and then I'm going to go out on the river again, see if I can't find an artifact. If I just keep pushing, I'll get something this week. Gotta do it. Well, anyway, there he goes. Later. Taking a few screens on a few places, and right here, that's a piece of Indian pottery. You can see where the stuff's leached out of it there. It probably was shell tempered, I'm not sure. Some of it has charcoal suspended in it and little bits of flint. Some of it, but that's pretty cool. Probably Mississippian. I call all Mississippian stuff Fort Ancient. People want to complain about it, but I don't collect this stuff. After you find enough Fort Ancient triangles, like how many do you need? They all look the same. Every once in a while I'll get a real big nice one, knife, Fort Ancient knife or Mississippian knife. It's real nice, but I find this pottery and I've been saving it all, and I've got a lot of it since I started doing YouTube. I have a nice frame, a big variety, and I'm going to put this right in it. So anyway, this is my first find today, except flint. I've been hitting it hard all day. Can't find nothing. Later. Alright, I've been sifting these gravels for 2.5 hours. I've done hundreds and hundreds of screens, and I just got this, but I'm leaving. It's some kind of old button or something, and I'd say it has some writing on it, and it's heavy and it's real old. I got a little bit of flint. I was finding real high quality stuff, and I'm near where I found that Clovis point. This could be a flake from the manufacturer of a paleo tool, but I don't know. I'm off of it enough that I don't know, but it's real good material. Got this piece of pottery, and I got this, and I don't know what to think of this. It feels like real polished high grade hematite to me, and there's Fort Ancient stuff here, but I think it's a piece off something modern right in here. It doesn't look like it looks like modern metal, but it's real heavy in it. I thought, man, that might be a rim off some kind of Fort Ancient pipe or something, well, Mississippian, but I just can't tell. It's probably something modern, but man, it's odd that it's that heavy like hematite. It's almost like lead, and man, I wish I had the rest of that so I knew what it was. It's making me sick, but I'm taking it. You can see when you rub it there, it's almost like hematite too, and I've seen stuff that's made this nice, this Mississippi, and you can see right there the lip on it, but it might just be some kind of metal that I'm not familiar with, but I'm gonna have to have it looked at. It sure looks like hematite to me. It's been polished real good. I just don't know. You can see it there, but I don't know. So that's it after hours. I'm on a dry streak. It happens. I've said it before, but this is the longest one I've had. But we haven't had any rain or high water, and it's just everything's crushed. So hopefully I can get something the next couple days. Later. Alright, I'm walking into another place now. I'm gonna do a little sifting down in here. I've been out hours and hours and hours, at least 20 hours looking, and I haven't found much of anything. See what you got to walk to do this. Gets rough sometimes, but that just makes it all that more better when you find something. And I will find something nice, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. But I'm gonna give it my best effort, people. Bring you a video, and I will get back if I find anything, or on my first find. Later. Here's another rough part of the job too. Some of these places, it's hard to access even by kayak. You gotta, even by boat, it'll tear up your boat getting into them. There's rocks all along the shore, so you gotta climb through thickets. And I've been 20 minutes walking down through the woods, but I'm almost to the river. So, see, I'm coming down a big cut high bank. This is where the stuff's coming out of, and you never want to dig up into the bank like this, because honestly, this is where an archaeologist could get the stuff and date it and get it just how it was left. All the stuff I'm looking is dispersed stuff on the beaches that's fallen out of this bank. But if you get good enough with this sifter and you get one fire pot pit coming out, you can pretty much tell that it came from around one fire pit. And that's how I find the caches and stuff. If you don't have a sifter, you're not going to find the caches. Like stuff could be blown out clear up here in the high water. There's poison ivy, daggone it. But you can find the caches. They'll be on the side of the hill, down the bank. You know, it's stuff like that. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get down here and look. I'm doing some screens right here, just in the sand on a beach. I've found stuff here before. It's a real small site, but back early on in my videos, I think I found a drill here, a little paddle drill, and some other points and stuff. Haven't been here for a while. I found probably 50 points here over the past 20 years. Almost all of them sifting. Later. Over there, the last time I was here, I wiped it out. I can't even find flint, but I'm in business here. Listen to this. Here's all that material. That's what you want. Might be something in here, fakes. Thought I'd turn this on and show you. See how it's pushing up against this bank, and you can see the rock laying in there, all right in here. There's probably nutting stones laying in here. I'm gonna have to look at all the rocks. I know there's artifacts here because I found them, but I'll get back if I see anything later. Even got this sifted down. Right there's a flake of flint. Right there's a flake of nice black. There's another flake. Ooh, artifact, folks. Look at that. Look at this. It's a river pebble chert with a perforator on it. And I've found these here before. There's Fort Ancient stuff. Well, I call everything that's Mississippian Fort Ancient. You know, that it's just what I do. But this is Mississippian. That's pretty cool, especially being made right off that river pebble. Look at that. One screen. Get this in my pocket. I'm gonna find some stuff today, folks. I'm glad I decided to come to this spot. I haven't been here for a while. I got all the other spots picked over, but let's see here real quick. Well, at least I got something. I'm happy with that. I haven't found nothing for a while. That's a cool little tool anyway. Sorry if the beginning of this video is boring. I just wanted to show people what it takes to find this stuff. It's a lot easier to find stuff with a metal detector. You know, you can pinpoint it, find it. And this stuff is just like finding a needle in a haystack. You gotta look a lot before you even can find something that's even a place that you can start getting on multiple points. Well, that looks like it for that screen. Well, right here's a piece of Coshocton. Look at that. So, you know, 3 flakes of flint and an artifact. Here's another piece of high quality flint. I missed that right there. What's that, 5 flakes and a tool? That's the kind of stuff you want to be seeing in your screen. On, if there's a good site, you're going to be seeing artifacts and flint flakage in every screen. Every screen. And see, this is exploded fire rock. This is river gravel. That's probably fire rock. It's 6 bladed, and same with this. Oh, another piece of flint. Look at that. You gotta look at this real meticulously, because some of these little Fort Ancient Mississippian, like Madison points, they are small. They're little. Some of them are the size of your pinky fingernail. Well, that looks good on this screen. We'll get another one. I'll get back when I see something. Later. I haven't even got to look. I haven't even got this screen looked at, and these were the first 2 things I saw off this screen. A piece of a cobalt blue lettered crock and a piece of Coshocton flint. I'm gonna find some stuff here, some more stuff. I'll get back on my next find. It's hard to film all these screens and look at this stuff, and it's just hard. Later. All right, I'm up at about 45 minutes. This is a Mississippian / late woodland site. This is more flint than I found on these early archaic sites in a month. Some of these things are little flake bladelets. I have many more. I haven't been filming them. But large pieces of Coshocton flint. There's a potential for something every screen, and I've not moved from this spot. Right there's that pipe. I've been sifting right here for like 45-50 minutes, and all of this flint come from right there. You wouldn't believe the amount of stuff that's on these sites. If you have a sifter, you're going to see it. Surface hunting this, I found a couple little flakes up that way and a couple here. But in behind this pipe and backed up in along this wall, there's just stuff everywhere. This far under the surface. About that far. 5, 6, 7, 8 inches. This place is just loaded. And I would have way more points and stuff, but I've looked here extensively in the past. I usually let it be and come back after a couple years, after it's all relayered and a bunch of high waters have come back, and because I've hammered it in the past. I've found real nice Fort Ancient points here, Mississippian triangles, you know. I call it all Fort Ancient. It's just what I call it. And you know what you're looking at if you see it in my video. All you have to do is pick up a book. Unless you're getting a radiocarbon date yourself and you're an archaeologist, you're just regurgitating stuff out of like an Overstreet or the dates out of a book, whatever. You didn't do it, and some of that stuff's wrong. It just is. But I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to get to another place next, try to get a real nice point today. I'd like to have an early archaic point versus something woodland or Mississippian. That's just how I look. This you can see the flint chips are more common and the points are more common on these later sites. They're less valuable and they're just not as nice to me. The Mississippian, like the Madisons and stuff, they're made good, but they all look the same. After you have like 100 of them, how many more of them do you need? That's just my thinking. That's just how I go about it. You know, some people don't like that, but okay, that's whatever. Later. This right here would be an awesome place to sift. I wonder what that is. Some kind of piece of iron. Don't know what that is, but this big rock is putting a lot of erosion in. And you can see most of this is Indian campfire rock. That is. I don't know about that, but see all that red in there? That's Indian campfire rock. You can see it right in there too. You can do that and have a chance of seeing something. I found a flake of flint right in here, one flake, so I know there's Indian stuff here. If there's flint associated with that red rock, it's always campfire rock. If there's not, it's probably from a fisherman 100 years ago or up, you know, not even that long ago. It'll look the same, the ancient plus the new. But if there's flint in it, you know it's Indian. And this is kind of an isolated set of beach. You know, there could have been people fishing in here 100 years ago, but they wouldn't have been napping artifacts, and there wouldn't be flakes, tiny little pressure flakes. That's what I found, several little pieces of gray back here laying out. So next time I come, I'll bring my sifter and sift them spots. It feels like the layer's only about that thick, laying right on the base clay, so I can wipe it all out and have a chance of finding something. But I'm gonna get down here and cross this creek and start heading back home later. Yeah, we're gonna, I'm gonna have to crawl again. I'll sink clear to my waist in this mud. If you crawl like this and it's not too deep or swimming, you're all right. I ain't got that far to go, but this stinks. This will give you a little bit better idea of what you got to go through to find this stuff. Oh, that mud stinks. Not for a lot of people, I'd guess. That's why it's hard for me to take people with me, because, you know, the first hour, most people are done, and it turns into a hassle. Like, I have no problem with looking somebody that knows what it takes and isn't going to wimp out after an hour of looking, because I look all day and I get home and pass out from exhaustion. Nice thing about it is you can eat whatever you want. I could eat McDonald's 3 times a day and probably not gain 5 pounds every day for a year. I might do something like that. Like, well, I eat so much food because I burn so many calories. Right now, I'm not eating a bowl of cereal for breakfast. I'm eating a box of cereal for breakfast. And, you know, like a half gallon of milk with the cereal. And then, like, when I get home today, like a bag of onion rings from Walmart that has like 6 or 7 servings in it. I cook the whole bag and eat them all with like a pizza, and eat a whole large pizza. And I'm even having to eat more now that it's hot, so I just don't continuously lose weight. It's rough eating that much food. See this place here behind these rocks, there's other gravel in it, but anything that was on this shore will get pushed up in here, and I find points in places like this all the time, especially in front of it. See this rock layer out here that I'm standing on? It goes clear out into the water. You can sift this just for days right here. And I found flint right in this spot right here, and you can see the red rock coming out. This is Indian campfire rock. All of this is. It's been heated and exploded apart. That's what you want to look for. And I found a flake right in here. And, you know, found flakes here the last time. And you can see the bank down through here. It's absolutely huge. And look at this. I saw this the last time I was here. It's bright. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. It's a shame that's broke, because I would be taking that. And there's another one laying here someplace too. It's a shame that is not whole. But this looks good to me in here below this kind of a bank. There's artifacts here, but I'd say they're out here on this flat in the water. Especially in this stuff right here. See how the ground kind of comes up here, and all this stuff got pushed right in here. I know there's arrowheads laying here right here under me. There isn't even a doubt in my mind. If I'd have had my sifter, I could have maybe got on something there. At least found some flint, maybe some tools or something. But I'll go sift someplace tonight. It'd at least give me a better chance to get on to something. I'm really trying to find something, folks. I really am. Later. The creek, it's just mud filled, man. I was gonna go across the tree that fell across it, but it's got poison ivy all over it. Man, my feet are sinking. I'm gonna have to get on my knees and crawl over this mud. Oh, man. Yeah, I made it. The shallowest spot I found. All the other ones were over my head. I don't know what, must be washout from the creek. Oh, that's the end of the tree I was gonna come across, but it's just, there's so much poison ivy on it. I would have just had it all over me. See my pants here, that's real nice. Ah, look at, that's pretty deep mud. Surprised I didn't lose one of my shoes or just slip-on ones. I walked a couple miles anyway through this crap. Getting on the other side of this run here. I found a place down there I can potentially sift. There's a place with rocks in it. And I found some flakes. There's a few flakes on the surface. There's thousands of them under the ground. It's just the way it is. I'll get back if I see anything else. Later, food. This is also part of the fun. Told you I walked through this stuff, I wasn't kidding. I got off that Fort Ancient site. We get down here and walk another place. I'm not gonna sift on it. See, there's all kinds of stuff in here. There's a good bobber, we'll take that, and there's a ball there. We'll take the bobber there. I got probably a pound of flint off that site. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here. I'll turn this off later. Alright, I found a path back in my car. I just had to walk through that stuff for like 300 yards. I probably got ticks all over me, but that's all right. I'm going to a better spot that has older stuff that's right in this area. I'm gonna have to hit several spots when it's tough like this. But man, I probably have a pound of flint in my pocket. Real all high quality stuff. And that perforator, let's see. I love it. Actually, the more I look at it, it's really got a nice tip on it here. And that's Mississippi, and I found them here before, but it's been a while. Early 2000s probably. But it's got that nice drill. It's like a drill, but it's made right on a river cobble chert. And a lot of the Fort Ancient points are gray like this. You've seen me find them. They're made out of that same type of little river cobble. The Mississippian people love this, and I call all of it Fort Ancient. It's just out of habit. It's all Mississippian culture. There's several different types of triangular points around here, and they were making them from like right around a little bit before 0 up into like 100 AD, clear up into close to 1700. So you know, that's a pretty long period of time, and you know, you'd have to get radiocarbon date yourself before you could even. Everybody's just regurgitating stuff from books, unless you have a science lab in your basement where you're analyzing everything. You're just repeating somebody else's opinion. That's just the truth. And not everybody that writes a book is an expert. A lot of people that write books are idiots. You know, I've looked all the time for 30 years, and you know, until I get a science lab, which will probably never happen, I don't feel like that I'm an expert. I don't feel like that I just the things that I know are what other people were written. This field's pretty well wide open. It just really is. There's a lot of discoveries to be made. We don't even know how North America was really inhabited for the first time. You know, there's some pretty good evidence for Solutrean contact, and I truly believe that those people in them skin boats following the ice shelves hunting seal and stuff, some of them got blown off course. And if you watch the news, some dude in Chile or something goes adrift at sea for a year or 8 months and ends up on the coast way far away. If you don't think that happened in ancient times, you're a fool. So anyway, I'll get back at you on the next site later. Right, this isn't bad for about an hour standing in one spot. I like that perforator. There's some little bladelet tools. That one's worked all along the edge, real fine work. That flint's awesome there. I found a point out of that on video. It's been a while, like a stem point, some woodland thing. It was pretty nice. But Upper Mercer, just lots of, I think these pieces here are petrified tree branches. They look like it. I got 2 of them. I find lots of fossils. I usually don't show them, but I'm going to another site. Right, this place is a bust. I even went up into the places where I found all the points, and last summer when I was here I just wiped it out. And the bank's hard packed clay and not too much stuff comes down. It takes a long time for any quantity of it to accumulate along the shore. Alright, I'm pulling myself up here on this rope. That place was a bust. I usually do good there, but you saw all the mud the last high water. Well, we got more high waters this year than we have had. Something just ran there. I don't know what that was. But then we had like 4 or 5 more than we usually have, and everything's really mudded in. I didn't even find a flake of flint down there. I felt where the layer was, but it's under feet of mud, and I'm not peeling it off after I did all the sifting there last year. If it was virgin ground, maybe so. But you can stick your shovel in like this and tell about where the gravel layer's at under the mud. It's a good way to tell on places that you want to come back to, but you got to wait till the mud's washed out. I will maybe go someplace else later this evening. I don't know. I want to go up and start terracing off one of my dumps so I can get down into old layers, and it's going to take a week for me to even get it to where I can start finding real good stuff. I'm sure I'll get a few clips terracing it down. I'll find stuff, but I'm looking for crocks and real old bottles now. I've about got filmed everything in that one dump that I can. Who wants to see a Sistersville bottle 50 times? Trying to find different kooks and stuff. But, you know, the people drank the same stuff and dumped it there. But I do find cool stuff up there, I do. That's a cool place to look. And I can start screening for coins. But anyway, I'll get back when I get some more clips. Later.
To lock on my back door.